Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is GGF bringing you episode 71 of Let's Try Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. All right, let's go, son. Hope you guys are doing well and ready to check out some more Pathfinder with me. We did all the content available to us right now, which may not be all the content there was. Just what we were presented with. I know we, spent a lot of time in the first half of this act, kind of resting too much and not getting to certain areas in time for maybe certain things to happen because things change based on the timing. We kind of arrived late to everything, but it's all good. Hopefully, we're okay. So here we are. It's raining. We got a helmet for Sela. And you know what I didn't even think, guys? To check the scroll seller inside and see if he has those scrolls of restoration that we can pick up off of him. Let's go check that out. So I don't know what else we're going to get here, but we may just end up spending the money with Vasily in here. Let's check it out. There's a storyteller and all. Let's head over here to Vasily and Kyoto. Alright. Alright, here we go. So I bet you he has restoration. He's got to, right? Braces of the Wizard. Armor bonus of +2, just as though they're wearing armor, and +3 on all knowledge arcana checks. He's got good stuff. Death Ward, freedom of movement, resist, arrow of law, bone shaker, dispel magic, protection, restoration. He's got 15 of them, son. They're 700 apiece. So let's see who needs them. I have gray pox. Wow. Frequency once a day. Get 1d6 strength damage. So I need a sickness cure. She needs like 2 of these. Let's just get 1 for now and see how they work. Homies have ability damage as well. He's got a negative injury, or a negative level. He's got a cure. Some ability damage. Not too worried about the ability damage. Oh, it is permanent. Okay. Guardian of Life. Let's grab these for now. Whoa, that used a lot of our money. I didn't expect it to go under 10,000. We have to level up Ember. Let's take Camellia and Scroll of Restoration. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is. Let's have her use one. Wow, it took away 1 level. Okay. Let's use one. She's still 1 level down, and Woljif is down 1 level. So let's get 2 more restoration scrolls. That's where all our money is going right now. And we need the big restorations. The 700 doozies. Deal taking us way down to 7,800. Camellia finally though can be useful again. Bong Bong and Woljif. Boom, son. Nobody has any level damage. There's some ability damage. We can get away with lesser. Lesser restoration. Filth Fever. Dang, me and my horsey are sick. We have a wand of remove disease. Remove sickness? No, that's for sick and stuff. We need remove disease, son. There we go. Spells available to Camellia. Well, let me go ahead and use it on me. Did it not take away? Use remove disease. We still have the Great Pox. Oh, there we go. And we still have the Great Pox. Okay, let's try lesser restoration for some of this stuff. Which is down here, I think. Scroll of lesser restoration. Let's get like 5 of them to have on hand. And let's see, Magdalar could use a restoration lesser. There they are. Okay, there goes his ability damage. Nenio. There goes her ability damage. Oh. We're getting rid of fatigue. We don't really need to do that. Well, we're not doing that. We're getting rid of the, the important stuff, but still, he's got Filth Fever, I've got Grey Pox, and maybe use a wand? Remove disease can cure all diseases from which the subject is suffering. You must make a caster level check, 1d20 plus caster level, against a DC of each disease affecting the target. Success means that the disease is cured. Okay, so let's get out of here for a second. Quick save. And, well, now quick save once those spell effects are over. And let's see, let's use the wand of cure disease on you. Boom, it's gone. Now on me. Boom, it's gone. So I'm only getting this from being fatigued. Very nice. We're all pretty much healthy. Let's go ahead and level up Ember. Wow, we had diseases. We had all sorts of stuff going on. Let's level up Ember. She's going to level 4. Stigmatized Witch. We're going to continue with that. She gets a feat today and some spells and stuff. 4 points here. I guess Lore of Religion. Knowledge World would be good. 3 more points. Persuasion. More religion. For Nenio, because Nenio might be out, so let's go ahead and do that. And honestly, use Magic Device. She can use different devices. And she gets a feat, so this feat can be Arcane Armor Training, Breadth of Experience, get a +2 on all knowledge and lore checks. Neat. Brew potions. Wait, because Nenio can brew potions. I'm not sure what she'd be able to brew potions of, though. Ember, probably cure potions and stuff like that. I don't know what her spells look like. Let's just look at extra hexes. Improved elven immunities. Increases the DC of enchantment spells you cast by 1. Meta magic. Scribe scrolls. Skill focus. Spell penetration. Weapon finesse, weapon focus. Well, she has healing, slumber, and vulnerability curse. Misfortune. Or of purity. Cackle. Protected from negative stuff. Status effects. Obfuscating the spell, effective against those caught unawares. Let's actually look at her spell book before we do this. Let's get out of here. I haven't used her in a while, and I don't really... Did we read The Child's Crusade? A strange child of war, a witch who was burned at the stake and yet survived, a godless saint ready to preach love and kindness, yeah, to people and demons both, a homeless orphan who has no hope but who gives it to countless people around her. It is hard to understand what hides behind this young elven girl's eyes and where her bare burnt feet are taking her. She wages a war of her own child crusade. She's got a raven familiar. Raven's master gains a +3 bonus on persuasion, +2 on perception. She's decent with dexterity, good charisma, which I guess her spells are based on. Gets those checks. Abilities. She is an orphan. She gets the blackened burning hands ability right now, and at 5th level, add scorching ray and burning arc to the list of spells known. She's got point blank shot and precise shot. She can fire into melee and she can do it within 30 feet. She's got elven weapon familiarity, elven magic, keen senses, elven immunities. So, if we look at her class, let's look at her spell book actually. Wow, this is all she has? Okay, she's got, she's got 7 uses of any of these 4. Okay, so she acts as like a cleric. We don't have to learn them in advance or memorize them. Okay, pretty cool. Cure moderate. So she's got a bit of healing in her, and the rest is just wherever we want to take it, really. 4 skills. Definitely want to get a little bit of that. A little bit of that. 2 points left, and she can't seem to change it. More religion. Now for here, say she's replacing Nenio in this situation, but we'd have 2 healers pretty much, though she can fire into a mix. We could have her brew potions of healing and stuff, which we don't really have right now. So I'd probably let her brew potions. And spells level 1. Oh. Ill Omen. On the next d20 roll the target makes, it must roll twice and take the less favorable result. For every 5 caster levels you have, the target must roll twice on an additional d20 roll to a max of 5 rolls at 20th level. That's an interesting enchantment that I have not seen yet in anybody. So I'm going to actually get it, I think. 1 round per level or until discharged. It's mind affecting compulsion curse. I like it. 1 level 1 spell. Ill Omen. And level 2. We can get some interesting stuff, it looks like. Delay poison is always useful. Fester, what's that? Necrotic energy permeates the target, blocking healing abilities. The subject gains a spell resistance equal to 12 plus your caster level. against effects that restore hit points or grant temporary hit points. If a target succeeds on a fortitude saving throw, Fester only lasts a single round. Glitter Dust, Scare, Summon Elemental, Winter's Grasp. Ice encrusts the ground, radiating supernatural cold, making it hard for creatures to maintain their balance. This icy ground is treated as difficult terrain. When the spell is cast, and every round after that, creatures in the area must make a successful reflex save or fall prone. Creatures in the area take 1d6 points of cold damage each round and suffer a -2 penalties on saving throws against spells with the cold descriptor until they leave the area. I'm going to get that because what's Pox Pustules? You inflict a painful itching rash on the target creature. The target is sickened and takes a -4 penalty to dexterity. Oh, see, I was thinking Winter's Grasp because she can wear that cold flow ring that gives her a bonus to those spells, but Pox Pustules is different and it's really interesting. It's necromancy though, but it's okay, I guess. I wish she got a second spell here, but she doesn't. Because not only are they sickened, they take a further -4 penalty to dex. But acting like Create Pit, essentially, her Create Pit is going to be Winter's Grasp. And there we are, there's level 4 anyway. Now before we do level 5... Oh. She's all caught up? She's all caught up. Now let me take this ring I've been using, which is, where is it? The Flow of Water. This ring grants the wearer a +1 bonus on saving throws against spells with Cold Descriptor and adds +1 to the DC for all saving throws against spells with Cold Descriptor the wearer casts. How neat is that? So that'll go to Ember. Bong bong. Got your first ring. Okay. For some reason she can use a heavy mace of fire. Her strength is whack though. She can use entrapping longbow. I think we might use her a little bit instead of Nenio. And we might give her the entrapping longbow. Her attack is +2. Alright, because blackened, she's not going to be much of an attacker for us. We can give her a good bow, or we can just give her a regular bow, and it's really not going to make much difference. So we'll keep the bow for somebody else. Light crossbow seems easier to use. It has a more friendly... We don't have a masterwork one though. With the heavy crossbow? No. Alright then. Composite short bow. Wow, just the masterwork longbow is gonna get her to a +2. Okay. That's fair. Oh, masterwork heavy crossbow. There we go. Let's give her that. Very good. Easier to shoot because it has an easier critical. Easier to hit the sweet spot. Alright, so from here, if we're to use Ember, well, we actually have to rest. I don't see anybody using this gear that we have right now, but that doesn't mean, you know, somebody won't use it in the future. Especially like Tempest, the Throwing Axe even, Decimation. Anyway, oh, you need a bath, girl. Yeah, don't shake your head. Alright, let's see what Vasily has, though, that we can maybe barter for. The Lesser Extend Metamagic Rod, that's pretty useful. Lesser Rods can be used with spells of 3rd level or lower, that's where we are. Braces of the Wizard. Don't want to invest that much into Ember, but here's something for Camellia. If she has the Ice Plant Hex, it grants some +2 natural armor bonus to AC. That is incredible. So my 6 are going to be myself, of course, Magdalar, Sela for 2, I think we have to go land for 3. I think for next time, it's either going to be Camellia or Wooljiff. I think Camellia for 4. Daeran for 5. And Ember for 6, leaving out Denio and Wooljiff for the time being. But we can come back to these people. He does have Finian, though. I could give Finian to... Yeah, I've got the Claw of Jiska. I'm pretty decked out here. And 9,300 is a lot to invest into Camellia. Especially if we're going to need like a Raise Dead spell in the future or something. There's a Wand of Bless we haven't been using too much of. These curses that are interesting. Can anybody write those down? Yeah, Denio can. They're level 8 though. Daredevil Boots. While using acrobatics to avoid provoking an attack of opportunity, the wearer gains a +5 comp bonus on mobility checks. And whenever they make a successful mobility check while the ability is active, they can gain a +1 bonus on attack rolls for 1 round. They'd be perfect to give to Wooljiff. You know, can move through combat, dodge attacks of opportunity, get +1s because he made the mobility check. Pretty interesting. Bark Skin is level 2. Nobody learned Bark Skin. Maybe Wooljiff can. No. Get a little stuffy. So Wooljiff has some good stuff on him though. He's our trickster, so we need a rogue. So it's not going to be Camellia. Well, we can't get rid of land in this next 6 for the battle because land is such a dead-eye shooter. Daeran is like a god himself. We're going to have to use him a bit. So these 3 are actually in 4, 5, and 6. Yeah. But we're leaving out Camellia and Denio, and Camellia, even though this is the best a great item for her, it's still prohibitively expensive. And this uses potions of spells up to 2 level for 2,000. So what I am going to get though are those Daredevil boots and give them to the homie Wooljiff. Congrats. It's a nice quarterstaff. This can probably go the Star Knife. Well, 1d3 to evil creatures. I don't know anybody who can use a Star Knife though. Can Wooljiff use it? Can be equipped, yeah. Oh, that it's locked on me. I can equip it. Grace of Peace. Just don't know what we're gonna need right now for any future party members, so probably going to hold off for now on this. We will take the Daredevil boots, and we'll take... I hope I don't regret this. A Scriber's Kit 2, and an Alchemist Kit 2. For 6,600, oh my gosh, what are we doing? We did it though. All our money, but we have a lot of magic items. Equity. Let's give him the Daredevil boots. So he's going to want to run through combat. Oh, it doesn't change his appearance too much. They look red. Why are they not red? Are they red? I can't tell. I don't know. But anyway, he's going to... no, they don't change appearance at all. That's weird. Show default equipment on. No. Show footwear on. I guess they're just a pair of regular boots. Okay. But he can move out throughout combat, dodge attacks of opportunity, and land some backstabs. He's got Finian. Can we give him the scimitar in the offhand?
And you're giving me this because...
The club he can equip. Attack +0, it uses his strength. A light weapon. Can't use the kukri, huh? Can't use the dark horn. Can't use the star knife. Darn. Or the scimitar, so he's gonna be using a masterwork dagger then. And his ranged weapon, which he's pretty decent with. Can't use a crossbow or a... Well, let's give him... Okay, he's got the best there. Okay, so that's Woljif. We don't have to worry about land. And it's got his trusty short spear. Oh. Oh, he's fatigued, right? Okay, so... Let's see here. He's got javelins. Cold Iron Masterwork Javelin and a light crossbow. Javelins 1d6 -3, 1d8 with that. But attack +5, this is attack +6. Alrighty. Let's see. Can Camellia? No, she's got the Crypt Raider armor, so we really aren't going to be using this stuff just yet. Like these and stuff. I don't know who's going to need these, so we got the kits, we got the boots. Let's save and let's look around. Let's see, maybe if Daniel, let's go do this thing with Staunton. There's like a little encounter here. Hey Staunton, there's filth on the floor. Be a good lad and clean it up. Yes, sir. Right away. The sight of that traitorous dog turns my stomach. Why did the queen spare his life? She should have strung him up as a warning to all cultists. That she should have, sir. So that's weird. Staunton, you good, bro? Staunton greets you with a dour nod. I've seen how the other soldiers treat you. What about it? The dwarf's tone makes it clear he has no interest in your answer. It's inhumane. It's been my life for many decades. Formed an action that was good. Staunton shrugs indifferently. I don't have any friends. Go on then. Maybe we'll see each other again. I talked to Camellia. Ah. Greetings! The neat smile on Camelia's lips disappears so quickly you almost wonder if you imagined it. So you're Horgus' daughter. You've discovered my most terrible secret. Father cares so much about the Gwyrm name that he raised me in our mansion, hiding me away from the whole world. I'll always be grateful to my father for everything he's done for me, even if Mendev society disapproves of some of his decisions. Would it be insolent of me to beg for your discretion regarding what you know about us? Oh, Camelia's words are polite, but her tone grows cold and sharp. Let us keep this as our little secret. I assure you, my father and I appreciate loyalty and decency for both myself and my father. I thank you for your understanding. I found a number of interesting implements and accessories in the Gorm mansion. How kind of you to share that you've gone through the Gorm's dirty laundry and drawn some bizarre conclusions. If you value my company, please refrain from making such insinuations in the future. Right, like the torture items. Amulet, okay. I'll have to go. I won't keep you. The dawning smile on Camillia's face freezes and quickly dies away. Ah, there's Daeran. The Defender's Heart is a splendid choice for the Crusades outpost. The very sight of these walls brings back fond memories of drinks and revels. The drinks were really good, by the way. May I ask you a few personal questions? You can try. I've heard stories about the tragedy that befell your family. I hope you don't feel obliged to offer me your insincere condolences on this unfortunate occasion. My whole family, my entire noble line, they all died, and demons are to blame. It's not like I actually loved any of my relatives except for my mother, but what's gone is gone. The family crypts are full of corpses, all covered in dust and the shadows of the past. What do you cherish most in life? There are far too many things that I cherish to fit them all into a single conversation. Believe it or not, but I might be one of the most life-loving people you've ever known. Daeran smiles, his eyes are gleaming with something different from his usual impudence and irony. There's a dreamy air about him all of a sudden. I rarely meet anyone who embraces the joys of living as enthusiastically as myself. There are so many exciting and beautiful things in the world. It should be illegal to waste your time on anything you do not enjoy. And I am not afraid to repeat that to anyone's face, should it be Discari and his demonic herd, or Iomade the Lightbringer herself. What do you hate the most? The feeling of helplessness, the lack of control over my own life. Daeran replies without thinking. Then he adds with obvious sarcasm, and onion rings, of course. I'd murder the person who came up with those abominations. They could be good, actually. You don't seem especially keen on helping people, but your knowledge of healing is truly impressive. What prompted your interest in that? If you really want to try out everything life has to offer, you also have to understand how to deal with the consequences. And I'm not talking about a simple hangover, mind you. Do you have any good stories about your past exploits? I've got plenty, but I have to warn you that even the most outrageous debauchery sounds far less thrilling when you were not the one doing the debauching. Still, since you asked, I suppose the worst mess I've ever gotten myself into was when I staged my own kidnapping. I was once in correspondence with one of the Riverlands nobles, the young Lord Lebeda, and he told me about his days as a hostage to a group of bandits. This made me wonder what it would be like, and I thought that it might be fun to set up a little experiment. I engineered my own kidnapping by a certain gang through a chain of intermediaries and hired actors. Those fellows took the job very seriously. They caught me by surprise, killed my 2 bodyguards, and even tied me up. Of course, the whole thing seems preposterous now, but it seemed like an ingenious idea at the time. The employers had told the kidnappers that they were to keep me safe and sound, and another group of mercenaries in disguise was watching the spectacle from afar, ready to interfere in case anything went wrong. It turned out to be a terrible idea nonetheless. It wasn't the least bit fun or exciting. Sure, those bandits had been unable to torture or hurt me physically in any way, but they had plenty of other non-invasive methods of humiliation in their arsenal. Taking almost all of your clothes off and splashing ice-cold water all over you, for example. I can't even remember if I said anything truly offensive to provoke them. Even though I initially planned to let them go after the ransom, their overly emotional reactions made me change my mind. I told my mercenaries to hang them all on the spot. I suppose the whole ordeal taught me a valuable lesson, which is that I am not built for hardships and trials. Wait, you just told me that a couple of your bodyguards died during the staged kidnapping? Does that mean 2 innocent people lost their lives so that you could have a bit of fun? Daeran pales a little, but not out of shame. Oh, spare me. It irks me beyond all measure when I hear about the suffering of innocents. He sighs, looks away, and continues in a flat, polite tone. Yes, the bodyguards died. Guarding nobles is a dangerous job. They were well aware of the risk. I don't really see a problem with that. Besides, they proved their incompetence. They would have stood no chance against real kidnappers. I'm just gonna stay out of that one, probably. These mind games of yours will come back to bite you sooner or later. I hope not. I enjoy myself, I enjoy my life, and I'd like to keep this going for as long as possible. So that was a stupid story, and now I'll tell you a truly brilliant one. Prelate Holrun had always strictly prohibited any public celebrations in Canabras, and he always picked on me for my lack of respect for the fallen and whatnot. His grumbling annoyed me so much that one day I drove 4 barges into the city harbor and set up a celebration on their decks. The ships on the river didn't fall under the prelate's jurisdiction, you see, so all he could do was snarl at me from the embankment. I, for one, did not forget the old boy. The main attraction of the festivities involved an Inquisitor of Iomade dancing and roasting beautiful witches on illusory bonfires, taking off his clothes with every new victim. The spectacle was so heated, in every sense of the word, that the prelate almost had a stroke. Daeran gives you a mischievous smile. I still consider that one of my finest ideas of all time. Should the Crusaders ever succeed in their efforts against the World Wound, I will do my utmost to get permission to hold a grand public celebration. Rivers of wine, free of charge, an obligatory parade and a carnival in the evening, a contest for the most provocative succubus costume, with a hefty prize in gold, another contest where the participants have to fish a sausage out of a wine jar, blindfolded with their hands tied behind their backs. The wine will symbolize the blood of all the dead heroes of the war, and the sausage, well, they'll find a heroic meaning for that as well. Over the years, the commemoration of the greatest victory of light over darkness will turn into an ordinary holiday, a fine excuse to get sloshed and rot like animals in the streets. Do you enjoy being mean to everyone? Yes. And here I thought you were hurling insults at people purely by accident. Daeran laughs. This time his smile is surprisingly soft. I like your way with words. What did you expect me to say if I wanted to make a good impression? Something along the lines of, I'm not mean, I'm just being honest with myself and everyone else. That's what people use as an excuse when they want to keep up their saccharine facade, while still saying whatever nasty little thoughts spring to mind. That is not what I do. I have no hidden agenda. I'm just as much of an insufferable prick as I seem to be. Some people are simply begging for a good dose of mockery, so who am I to deny them? I don't give a dang if anybody holds a grudge against me, which is why I don't even try to avoid it. I have no more questions. I hope this conversation was at least the slightest bit amusing. It was. I'd like to talk about life in Mendev and the Crusade. Ask, I'm all ears. What's your opinion on Mendev today in general? It doesn't exist, Daeran scowls. It is a frontier country that has attracted every utopian, adventurer, and fanatic from all over the world for more than a century. It is a place where the strangers outnumber the locals, especially in the cemeteries. The population of Mendev, for the most part, consists of humans and other races not exactly known for their longevity, so the current generation of Mendevians were born in the shadow of the World Wound and raised by the Crusades. I might be the last person to complain about the decline of traditions and lack of character in our country, but I also happen to come from one of Mendev's most ancient lineages. Its history is bred deep in my bones. My tutors told me stories about my heritage. The galleries, libraries, even the interiors of the manors I grew up in were filled to the brim with memories of events long past. There are many heroes of old Mendev among my glorious ancestors, or at the very least patrons and contemporaries of such heroes. Does anyone actually remember them now? I don't think so. These days Mendev has its own heroes in shining armor with holy fire in their eyes. I myself remember how several streets that once celebrated my ancestors were renamed in honor of some crusaders who had died in heroic fashion. None of the citizens remember the old crossing festival that was eventually replaced by Armas. These holidays even share the same date. Pretty much the only authentic thing about Mendev now is its endless war with the demons. And is there a point in bemoaning this state of affairs? What's gone is gone, but at least we are no longer some tiny godforsaken northern kingdom, and that's something, isn't it? You don't really like Crusaders, do you? Quite the opposite. When I think about how many devoted heroes are willing to protect this world against the demonic threat, I feel so inspired. Inspired to continue indulging my vices while they fight to keep me safe. Imagine being someone like me, someone who has everything they can possibly desire: youth, beauty, wealth, an honest wish to live and enjoy living, but vanishingly few ways to put it all to any use. The fact that the word fun itself is not yet outlawed in Mendev must be due to some bureaucratic oversight. You can celebrate your victories solemnly. You can wet your whistle after a challenging battle, but what about real fun? Joys, pleasures? I can't remember a single evening at court without someone chastening me for my banquets, my lovers and mistresses, my luxuriant clothes, my everything. It would have been a lot easier to tolerate all those hypocrites if they took a good break once in a while. Instead, there was a constant fuss about how I wasn't doing anything for the greater good, and how I only brought shame to my royal cousin. What do you think of our enemies? Do you mean the demons themselves or their followers? The former deserve to be cleansed with heavenly fire for their unholy origin alone, and the latter for their idiocy. I don't understand why a sane person would submit themselves to Discari or Cabriri. Alright, Lady Nocticula almost seems like a bearable enough mistress, yet there are so many other cultists. They've tried to recruit me twice already, and I'm not even that old. First, a very pretty tiefling girl tried to seduce me when they came with promise of Lord Baphomet's endless boons. I still wonder what exactly the old hornhead could offer me that I don't already have. Lady Nocticula, yeah. You know what I've been thinking? Every shopkeeper knows this trick. An enticing offer along the lines of 1 in every 100 buns from my bakery contains a silver coin. And, of course, a hired actress to make the memorable show of finding said coin in her sweet roll. And there you have it. Hundreds of gullible fools storm the shop, hoping to win a prize for themselves. I think the infamous Arilu Vorlesh was such an actress for the Lords of the Abyss, a pretty Sarkorian witch who became the uncrowned queen of the World Wound, waited upon hand and foot by demon lords. Only instead of visiting a bakery, the gullible fools rushed to join the cultists. We have an army of unbelievably powerful supernatural invaders from another dimension, hell-bent on destruction and domination. And what do those fools do? They serve them willingly as pawns and lackeys, hoping against hope that someday their masters will notice them. You won't believe how delighted I am to be vain and self-absorbed. These sins protect me against demonic temptation better than any virtue. Well, I can't think of anything else at the moment. Wonderful. What made you join my party after all? You mean instead of carousing far away from Canabras with a small army of mercenaries to protect me? I will get to that. You see, when you appeared at my door out of nowhere, awash with bravery and heroism, and started tossing demons around like rag dolls, I thought that your company might be more exciting than my usual crowd of sycophantic hangers-on. You seemed competent and mysterious at the same time, so I decided that a little demon hunting wouldn't hurt, especially with such an intriguing entourage. That party had been growing staler with every passing second anyway. Needless to say, I'm not here for long. I shall return to the capital or even one of my country estates as soon as we reclaim the city. Crusades bellowing commanders, row upon row of identical tents. This is not the life for me, but I will certainly remember you and our adventures together for a week or perhaps even longer than that. I should go. Goodbye. Alright, so we learned a bit about Daeran. He is every bit the filthy rich noble young Aasimar that he appears to be. Let's see how long we've been playing. 44 minutes, so we've got to wrap it up here, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for joining me. If you did enjoy, guys, please go ahead and hit the like button or leave a comment. Those are ways to let me know that you want to see more, and thus more will get made. But spoiler, more is getting made anyway, but feel free to do those things anyway. What else? If you're new to my channel, I welcome you and I hope you enjoyed as well. And feel free to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Would love to have you along. And finally, guys, next time we're going to probably wrap this up. This first act, possibly. I don't know. We're going to talk to the storyteller. Eventually, we'll speed through that because I already did it in a previous episode. You can watch that episode if you want. We'll catch up with the Nevia, and then we'll talk to Irabeth and push forward. So please join me then, guys. We'll see how this one comes along next time. So until then, be well, live well, stay well. Come on back and have some more fun with me, and much love, peace, and joy. Catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.